Hi guys, my name is Tomcat and welcome back to Forza Horizon 4, and this is going to be the start of a brand new series related to a mode that we've gotten access to in the new update, and that is the Drift Adventure. Now, this, if you remember from a while ago, I think I showed this car on a live stream, this is my V8 swapped S2000 drift car, and I've actually been using it for S2 class in Drift Adventure, and it's been actually doing really well for me. But what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be building some of the cars that I'm going to be using in Drift Adventure going forward. So in this video, we're going to focus on building my A-class car and probably my B-class car as well. I don't know if we're going to actually build the B-class car in this video, but the main thing we're going to focus on is building the A-class car, and then you guys will be able to come back and see whether or not that A-class car actually does well in a future video. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, and let's pick a car to build up to A-class. So let's see. I think I'm going to use something from my collection, and I want it to be something that starts as like a lower class. I mean, if we're building to A, I kind of want it to be maybe D. So what I'm going to do, yeah, if we're going to build it to A, I kind of want it to start as a D class. So that way I can add a lot of grip, a lot of power, and make it really well suited to the task that I want to use it for. So I'm thinking that the best thing to start with, I don't actually know what the best thing to start with is. That's the problem. But that's also half the fun of it, is because you can go through here and figure out what you actually want to use. This Skyline HT 2000 GTR might be a contender. Oh, God. This might be a contender, though, too. Yeah, that genuinely might be a contender, actually, now that I think about it. These Triumphs might be cool, but I honestly think that the Firebird Trans Am might be the move, just because there's going to be so many options as far as what we can do with the engine and the power that because what I'm looking for is a car that once we hit A-class is basically super crazy built, like fully built. Like we're talking, you know, the amount that you would normally build into like an S1 or S2 car. So hopefully we can do full chassis upgrades and race weight reduction, which it seems like we're able to. Did we do sway bars? No. Yeah, we kind of need those. I mean, I would like to have the adjustability for drifting, that's for sure. 6.2 V8, 8.4 V10. I want to do the 6.2, and then I want to, let's see. Yeah, I want to do a twin-screw supercharger on the 6.2 V8. So, aero-wise, I don't really think there's much we can do. Oh, we can literally just make the chin spoiler bigger. That's actually kind of cool that they didn't, you know, put some weird overlay on it like they did on the wing, or the spoiler. That's a little weird. Yeah, I don't want either one of those hoods. Neither one of those hoods really work. And I like, see, that's the thing. I like these wheels. I think they're a little small, though. Fortunately, we can bring them up to about an 18, and then we can do, we can only adjust rear track width. But we can't adjust the front. That's weird. I don't know why they would do that. That's strange. So we'll get the driveline fully built now. And remember, you basically have 800 PI available to you. I mean, if you're building an A800 car, I mean, you can really go pretty bonkers with this setup. So let's see. And this is actually very interesting because this will limit the amount of power that you can push out of a drift car in a competitive setting. So wow, the PI isn't changing. So I'm just going nuts on the parts. We're just making almost 1,000 horsepower, and we're going to be making over 1,000 horsepower by the end of the day, by the time this is all done, because we left out a couple of upgrades. So let's see. That the exhaust is already done. The cams are already done. What about the valve train? The valve train's already done, and I'm pretty sure everything from here on out is already done. Yeah, so that's leaving us with 1,014 horsepower and 841 foot-pounds of torque, weighing in at 2,872 pounds, which is pretty good. I mean, that's like That's really good. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this setup on the car, and then I'm going to tune it. But here's the only catch. Well, there's a couple of catches, actually. One, I'm not going to be able to use this car until I... Wait a minute. We forgot something extremely freaking important. Extremely important. I'm going to throw a set of race tires on there, and the reason why I'm throwing race tires on it is because... Uh-oh. That's not going to work. Well, it's going to have to be a sport tire, or lower the power. You know what I'm going to do? It's going to be, you know what? No, it's going to be a race tire, but I'm going to lower the power. And in the front, we're going to run as wide as we can run, which is only at 225. And in the back, we're going to run... Wait! Oh, God. I just did wheel size. That's embarrassing. That's genuinely embarrassing. Okay. There we go. Front tire width, 275. That's better. Rear tire width, 295. Well, see, now I'm stuck between whether or not the 295 is a good idea. We'll find out. But I'm going to go back to the power now, and I'm going to go back down to... Let's see. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, we're going to have to take off a lot of power now. So, you know what I'm thinking of doing, actually? I'm going to go back to a sport tire, but I'm going to go wider in the rear, back up to a 325. It's this weird balancing act, but I'm thinking it'll work. I'm thinking in my brain, this setup will work, because you need a combination of grip and slip, but you need enough grip to put the power down so you can get your speed up, so you can actually make good use of the way the game will actually score you. So let's give her a little bit of toe out in the front and soften the rear sway some, but soften the front sway a lot more. And the reason why I'm softening it a lot more is because I still want it to be oversteery. We're going to stiffen the rear springs, however. So let's go ahead and get that stiffened up. And we're stiffening the rear dampening. Well, actually, no. You know what? The whole car is going to get softened a bit. And the dampening is going to stay where it is in the back. This is a weird setup. I don't know if it's going to work or not. And I'm kind of debating whether or not I'm going about it the right way. But... we're going to do that a little bit closer to the front, and pressure is going to be up to 110. In fact, I'm going to go 60% front so I can do transitions on the normal brakes and not just the e-brake itself. And it's still S1. Crap. That's not good. That's not good. You know what we could do, though? We can add weight. Yep. Added 700 and something pounds. Added almost 800 pounds. And that got us back into A-Class. So if that gets us back into A-Class, then that's what we got to do. I mean, there's our A-Class car. So that will be an interesting one to find out if it works or not. So now we're going to build our B-Class rear-wheel drive. And the B-Class rear-wheel drive, I don't know if that's going to be a... Let's say we start with a D-Class again, and the Gremlin is tempting, but so is the 131 at Barth. So is the Austin Healey Sprite. There's actually a lot of cars that are tempting. So is the Datsun 510. You know what? Okay, it's going to be the Datsun 510. That's going to be our B-Class drift car. And this one, and I know I said in my other video that running the lower class was kind of pointless, but I do feel like the point in it, if there is one, then the one that I can find is maybe the satisfaction that you were able to still get to the top of the field in, you know, a low-class car. So let's go ahead and sort this thing out and get it all prepped and ready. Drift suspension done. We're going to leave the weight in this one just because I don't know how much that's going to offset things. So let's see. What do we have for engine swaps? 3.2 inline 6, 2.0 VVT, 2.6. Yeah, RB26. Well, wait. And then the 2.6, actually, or the Turbo Rally engine? You know what I want? Actually, I want... Ooh, that's a tough call. Yeah, the 2.6 twin turbo. And then... Oh, God. I mean, I'm totally down to do the wide body, though. That's for sure. So now let's go ahead and sort this little guy out. And I know this one's not going to be that difficult to kind of turn into what we want. I mean, I feel like the idea behind this car is very simple. And I don't really think that we're going to run into any issues. Although, that puts it all the way up. Just compound. Just compound. Throws it all the way up to A-class. Holy crap. Well, streets put it to B. That's crazy. Oh, I don't know what I want to do with that then. Tell you what, I'm going to run a... No, you know what I'm going to do? Screw it. We're going to see what happens. I'm going to run a stock compound on a 255. 255 square. 255 square stock compound. This is going to be strange. Yeah, I don't know if this is actually going to work for what we want it to do. It probably... Well, I say it probably will, but part of me says it probably won't because I'm going to need the grip still. God, this is such a weird toss-up. I don't know. God, I really don't. Okay, hoping none of these push the PI too far, and they probably won't because they usually don't. Like, the drivetrain stuff usually doesn't touch the PI all that much. And let's see. That's all done. The suspension stuff is all done. Now we can do power. And I'm going to try and squeeze as much power as I can out of this little setup. And I don't know. I really don't know what is going to come of this. But if we can make it work, then we've found ourselves quite the interesting little machine. So... Wow, okay, so we can actually take some weight out of it because we are not in a position to where we have to... Can I change the compound or does that throw me in A? That throws me in A, which is not what I wanted. I wanted a B car. Let's see, I wanted a B car, so... Race weight reduction keeps me in C. Oh, this is like the weirdest thing. I'm going to have to switch engines. That's the only thing I can think of is to switch engines. But this one, I mean, right now we're making just under 800 horsepower. This, the Turbo Rally engine is going to be higher PI, so we may have to run it, but it's going to make less power, but it's going to be higher PI because less weight. That's so weird. I mean, it makes sense, but yeah, it's going to be less power, but also a lot less weight. So there's our two cars that I've built for A-Class and B-Class, respectively, in regards to Drift Adventure. So in the next video, we are going to try some of these out, and we're going to see if the cars that we've built today are... actually effective at all, because I am not going to allow myself to touch the tune until after we've run them. So this is a personal challenge for me, and let me know which one you guys think is going to be the better car. So let me know in the comment section below. But if you all enjoyed this build, well, these two builds, let me know in the comment section below, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to stay up to date, and tune in for these very interesting Drift Adventure videos. And I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later.